Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us for today's Feed Your Mind webinar. This is a monthly series that occurs on the first of the month. It begins at noon each time, so please join us on Friday, April 3rd for our next webinar topic. We are very excited to be able to offer this to you thanks to funding received from Grantmakers in Aging, the Pfizer Foundation, and the Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust. This webinar series is part of Community Agenda, which is a national initiative, and part of the Arizona Age Friendly Network, which is a local initiative. You can find more information about this at www.connect60plus.com. We have just released the registration for our annual conference called Going Places. It will be held on May 6th, and you'll be able to see the musical performers that we will be discussing during today's webinar. Please also visit Connect 60 Plus for previously recorded webinars that have occurred in the months prior, and as well as being able to log on to see future recordings. So please do visit us at www.connect60plus.com for more information. You may also call the MAG offices at 602-254-6300. It's my pleasure now to introduce to you Dr. Bob Young. He is the Executive Director of the Tanner Development Corporation. Thank you so much. If you do have questions for the presentation, please do list those in the chat room in the bottom right-hand corner. You can submit questions, comments, ideas, anything like that. If you have any need for technical assistance, though, you may submit that in the chat as well as calling the MAG main office. And now for Dr. Young. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy, for that introduction, and thank those of you who are on the webinar. We are so excited to bring to you the Harmony Project Phoenix program, sponsored by Tanner Community Development Corporation. We are excited to introduce this program actually to the city of Phoenix as part of our youth development program. Let me start by telling you a little bit about Tanner Community Development Corporation. We are a 501c3 faith-based community development corporation, and we serve primarily African American and the underserved communities in primarily the South Phoenix and Central Phoenix regions. We serve low to moderate income families, and we have a suite of intergenerational cohorts programs that serve early childhood development, youth development, families in crisis, and seniors. We serve over 25,000 persons over the course of a program year. Included among that group would be about 12,000 homeless, and through our food pantry with the services that we provide there. Today we're excited to present to you Harmony Project Phoenix, and this is a program that we classified as part of our youth development component of the work that we do. And it's a unique way to use music as a tool to bring about positive social change. Today you're going to hear from Dr. Diogo Pereira, who TCDC has been fortunate to bring to this program to use music in this unique way. If you have questions at the end of his presentation, we'll come back and talk again. Dr. Pereira.
Thank you, Mr. Young. It is a pleasure to speak with you about this program that's so dear to my heart. Harmony Project Phoenix is a mentoring program, evidence-based mentoring program that uses music as a means for positive youth development and social inclusion. And the reason why we are so committed to this program as a community organization is because we strongly believe that no child's potential should be defined by zip code. And music is a tool to equalize opportunities. So let me open the presentation here. So Harmony Project, we build orchestras and bands in low-income communities with the vision in mind that every participant, every student will become a productive and caring citizen. Harmony Project was established in Los Angeles by Dr. Margaret Martin in 2001 with 36 students. And today there are over 2,000 students across the nation. And Harmony Project Phoenix is the first of this kind of program in the state of Arizona. So since Harmony Project Phoenix has a goal coupled with social mission, we'd like to use this time with you to present some of our program design, outline of our program design and structure. So hopefully some of these features can be useful for you or may inspire you to work within your own community. So I was actually back up. We were bringing Harmony Project to Phoenix, I was researching what were the steps that led Harmony Project to be so successful in LA. And this document, this research conducted by Rand, was one of the bases for their development there in Los Angeles. And this research reveals some of the key features of successful high-performing arts intervention that accounts for positive and pro-social community impact. So the link can be found here, and you can have the full access to the full report. But in short, the research shows that artistic discipline is a necessary, but is not a sufficient condition for affecting pro-social change. And we would like to provide you a brief summary of how Harmony Project adapts those key features for successful programs. So the first is the extended time in program. We take this very serious. We provide high quality music education for all the kids. And one thing is very important, we have in mind that we are pursuing music excellence. And research have shown that by pursuing musical excellence, students develop the habits of mind that they need for success, not only in music, but in school and throughout their lives. So in the Harmony Project, Phoenix, we provide 6 hours of music instruction a week and a high quality music instrument for each student, and they can take the instrument home. Emphasis on performance and presentations. So this is my favorite part of the program. We have we use the community as a stage for concerts. Our students perform on average every 4 weeks. And let me tell a short story. When on the first day of class, we came in front of the students at the Pan American Charter School, our partner in this project, and we told the students that they will be performing on stage in only 4 weeks. It's kind of challenge, and they overcame the challenge. They played at the STEAM Festival about 2 weeks ago and was very successful at the Roosevelt School District. So let me show you, here I have a short video of the first ever orchestral rehearsal for those kids after only 2 weeks of music classes. Are they cool? Yeah. Just going back to this before I don't forget that our next concert is gonna be in a healthcare seniors facility in the Valley. I'm sorry. And we are looking for opportunities to perform in other healthcare facilities in the Valley. So please, if you have an idea, if you represent some of these, please get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to collaborate with other healthcare. So the next one will be at Grace Healthcare Facility in Central Phoenix. So the third key feature of successful programs is the complementary component. As you said, only artistic discipline is not enough. We need to provide the whole support for the kids and for the families. So just to give some examples, we are exploring the idea of 21st century skills through music. So for every concert, we have students, about usually 4 students, who give our presentation for the piece that they will be presenting, they will be playing. In addition to that, creativity is also one of the crucial 21st century skills, and we provide composition classes for students to exercise their creativity. It has been very effective. Another strong component that we will explore more today is the parental advocacy, parental engagement. So these are just 2 photos of our last parental meeting where the kids were teaching the parents, and we'll come back to this. I have with me here today Dr. Darlene Little, who is the Director of Parental Engagement for Tennessee Community Development Corporation, and has been a great leader in this community. Another key feature for successful programs is the youth mentorship opportunities. And this is one thing I'm very passionate about, because I strongly believe that everyone, regardless the income or live, everyone has something to contribute. And I can cite it. There is Mother Teresa of Calcutta. She used to say something that was very impressive to me, that one of the most tragic things in life is not the lack of bread or the lack of roof, but the idea that you have nothing to offer, nothing to contribute. And we strongly believe that this is one component that has to come since the beginning, since the first day of class. They really have to feel engaged. So we are creating peer-to-peer activities in addition to the community concerts. The concert in the community, we are creating peer-to-peer activities for the kids. For example, the 4 presenters for the next concert are getting ready, and the 4 presenters of our previous concert are coaching the kids, so peer-to-peer mentorship. Also, next year we will be starting a mentorship program where our advanced students will be mentors for our beginners. And finally, the 5th key feature for successful program is a tie with a community organization. And this has been a strong component for the success of the program here in Phoenix. And we are so grateful for the Pan American Charter School, who really believe in investing in music education for the kids, Pan American Charter School, and the Tennessee Community Development Corporation, which has been a leader in the community. And we have, I have with me here Dr. Darlene Little, that I would like to invite to speak with you about the collaboration that and the support she's giving to the parents. So I'd like to invite Dr. Darlene Little. Thank you.
Thanks, Diego. Well, an important component is parenting engagement. And just looking up the research on parent involvement, the Michigan Department of Education put out a flyer, and it talked a little bit about school-age children spend 70% of their waking hours, including weekends and holidays, outside the school environment. So the parent then becomes very important in that component. So we recognize, TCDC and the Harmony Project recognizes that parent involvement is a major factor in making sure that students are well developed. Music can't do it all. We also need parents. And we're talking about also sustainability. How do you sustain the efforts of Project Harmony outside the actual time the students are taking classes? So we identified three major factors in parent involvement. And one is the belief that parents are necessary and it should be permissible for them to be involved in what we are doing with their children. One of the things that we know about the impact of parent involvement is that participation in the education is twice as predictive of student academic success. And certainly Project Harmony is looking for students to be academically successful. So what does it take in order for them to be successful? They have to have skills which encourages them to continue when things are difficult. Playing music is difficult. You have to practice. And even when you practice, you may not get very good right away. So how do you stick with it? Parent involvement helps with that. We also know that the more intensely parents are involved, the more beneficial the effects. We know that parent involvement in a sustained way, and in advocacy and in decision making and fundraisers, whatever way, a continuous way, also supports children in learning. So, what can we do and what do we do at Project Harmony? Well, the first thing we do is we support parents by helping them establish routines for their children. So when children come home from school or come home from a Project Harmony day, is there a practice time? Is there a schedule where children absolutely know that adults are going to ask them about their work, what they're learning? Is there a place for them to practice? Is there a time for, is there an expectation? Is there a goal? Modeling learning and self-discipline and hard work. So parents already have a lot of those qualities, and so they want to make sure that they point them out to their children. Even when you don't feel good, you get up and you go to work. Even when you had a tough day, there's still some things that you have to do. So children are seeing that modeled. Encouraging children development and their progress, talking about it, coming to the concerts that the children are putting on is another way that parents are involved. But on top of that, we also have classes for parents so that they can, they've already identified some subject areas in which they feel that they need additional support. Discipline would be one of them. What other resources do parents need? How do you help children persist? So parents identify those skill sets that they feel that they need to have, and then we support them in those. Whenever we're working with children, you're working with a family. They're not a separate part, and we don't treat it as a separate part. Families have needs, and sometimes they don't know how to identify those needs for themselves. So part of our parenting involvement support is helping them find those resources that they need and helping them access those resources that they need. We look at several different ways in which to involve parents. Parenting, that's one of them. Sometimes parents need support for themselves. GED classes if they need it, learning how to read better if they need it, job skills if they need it. communicating, designing ways in which we can make sure that parents know what their children are doing and learning. Volunteering is another part that Project Harmony is really a standard in the program, so that parents are giving back to the community and using the skills that they know how to use. And then the learning at home. What are the expectations for children at home so that they can grow and develop? And then decision making. Part of Project Harmony is that parents are asked what their needs are. They're encouraged to support the project, but also to make decisions in it. And then collaborating with the community, which is also part of the volunteering program. And so we hope we've presented a well-rounded program for not just the children, but also for their families. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Amy. Very good.
Hello everyone, my name is Amy Sweetlick and I've been helping out with the Harmony Project Phoenix for the past couple of months, building the website and social media and helping out with a few logistical components as the program has started. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the research and evaluation behind our program, mostly the research that supports the programs such as music education and after school, like what we're doing. So I'm going to start with one of the inspirations for Harmony Project Phoenix. It's the El Sistema Youth Orchestra program from Venezuela. El Sistema was founded in 1975, about 40 years ago, and now benefits over 500,000 students in Venezuela. Because of its great success, particularly with underserved children, El Sistema has inspired many new programs around the world. Recent research about El Sistema has shown that in Venezuela, let me get the PowerPoint up here. Am I going the wrong way with it? Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, recent research about El Sistema has shown that in Venezuela, 63% of the students that participate in the after-school orchestral program have good or excellent achievement in school, compared to only 50% among their classmates who do not participate. Parents report substantial improvements in their children's punctuality, responsibility, and discipline, and there are also significant benefits in terms of social capital formation and improvement in formal employment expectations for boys and girls. In the U.S., as of 2014, there are 113 El Sistema-inspired music programs that engage almost 10,000 students in music classes, all of these programs hoping to reap the positive social changes demonstrated in Venezuela. Our affiliate and partner program, Harmony Project in Los Angeles, started just over 10 years ago as an after-school music mentoring program, and it uses a research-based methodology. The organization targets students with the greatest needs and fewest resources. It focuses on the after-school environment when children are at greatest risk of accident, injury, assault, abuse, criminal activity, and substance use. Harmony Project has recently teamed up with neuroscientists at Northwestern University to show how music shapes the brain. According to their website, Dr. Nina Kraus has found that over time, music learning shapes the development of the brain and nervous system in a way that improves students' language learning and acquisition, and also improves the students' ability to listen in a noisy environment, something that reigns true nowadays with so many technological distractions. In addition to contributing to neuro research, Harmony Project's evaluation surveys revealed that a high proportion of students' parents indicated that since joining the Harmony Project, their children had shown improvement in their grades, behavior, mood, and health. Another study by Michael Yu found that 90% of Harmony Project students showed improved focus and discipline, 73% improved in academic achievement, 71% improved in family communication, and 44% improved in self-esteem, all from their participation in this program. With all of these positive contributions to academic learning, discipline, responsibility, and self-esteem, it's easy to see why after-school music mentoring programs are on the rise and are so successful. Let's zoom out a bit and talk about music education in general and its benefits in cognitive and emotional development. According to the Royal Conservatory of Music, music education increases the development of speech and reading skills, trains children to focus their attention for sustained periods of time, and helps children gain a sense of empathy for others. According to Daniel Levitin from the book This Is Your Brain on Music, a great read by the way, musical activity involves nearly every region of the brain that we know and nearly every neural subsystem. There's not a whole lot of other activities that actually can do that. We are finding out that learning to play an instrument leads to changes in a child's brain that make it more likely that they will reach their full cognitive and academic potential. As many people who have played in a musical ensemble know, music education has the ability to teach a large number of important non-musical life skills. These life skills are detailed by the Partnership for 21st Century Skills. A 2000 analysis demonstrated that through participation in a music organization, students develop the following 21st century learning skills: critical thinking and problem solving, communication, flexibility and adaptability, creativity and innovation, collaboration, contextual learning, leadership, ethics, and accountability. All of these are important skills for students to develop, especially in the current competitive job market in our country. Even if a student doesn't pursue a musical career, they are better equipped for the job market having participated in a music program for several years. According to a report by the National Endowment for the Arts entitled The Arts and Achievement in At-Risk Youth, students who had intensive art experiences in high school were 3 times more likely than students who lacked those experiences to earn a bachelor's degree, and they were also more likely to earn mostly A's in college. Most importantly, especially when working with children from poverty situations, music gives children a means to express themselves, to be creative, and to be inspired. Students from low socioeconomic populations actually reap more positive benefits from art involvement in relation to academic outcomes than high socioeconomic students. Now, moving on to the subject of after-school programs in general. That same report that I mentioned by the National Endowment for the Arts also states that one of the most impressive indicators of academic achievement that was found in any of the databases is actually an extracurricular one. Among low socioeconomic status students and high socioeconomic status students alike, high school seniors with art-rich backgrounds were significantly more likely than students with less arts exposure to belong to academic honor societies. The number of students participating in these after-school programs has increased over the past decade, from 11% to 18% of households surveyed having a child in an after-school program. That's over 10 million children in after-school programs. However, according to the Wallace Foundation, the number of children unsupervised in the hours after school, while on the decline, remains high. 1 in 5 children, that's 11.3 million children, spend time alone and unsupervised during the after-school hours. And the demand for after-school programs is much higher among lower-income families than families that do not qualify for federal free or reduced lunch. This highlights that after-school programs can be a great tool for learning and an essential source of support for working parents. Harmony Project Phoenix strives to create after-school learning and mentoring experiences for a wide range of students, helping to keep them on track academically, provide them with a safe place to learn and have fun during after-school hours, and strengthening the support and communication of the families involved. When it comes to music in Arizona in schools, the Arizona Arts Education Census Project strongly recommends that public schools increase connections with community resources. Working more closely with community organizations such as Harmony Project Phoenix and Tanner Community Development Corporation can allow schools more access to budgetary resources for programs, something that often falls short for the arts, more opportunities for field trips and out-of-school experiences, and can strengthen relationships with community musicians and artists. That same Arts Education Census report calls upon arts and culture organizations like Harmony Project to develop sustainable partnerships with schools and to develop programs which support the school's mission and standards-based curriculum and to establish evaluation practices of those programs. Harmony Project Phoenix will be working closely with the public and charter schools within the program to maintain high standards and assessments. And that brings us to our final topic for today. I will briefly outline how evaluation methods will be used in Harmony Project Phoenix. In keeping with the high standards of evaluation used by Harmony Project in Los Angeles, our organization here in Phoenix will be using several forms of evaluation to monitor the development and success of our students, as well as the effectiveness of our teachers and the program in general. Using the Rosenberg evaluation, we'll be monitoring students' levels of self-esteem and confidence by having them complete a self-assessment at the beginning and end of each semester, and this same evaluation is given to parents for them to comment on how they think their child perceives themselves. We will also be using some tools provided through our affiliation with Harmony Project in Los Angeles, including a character development assessment and an instrumental performance assessment to be completed by our teachers on a monthly basis. The character development assessment will score individual students in the areas of responsibility, commitment, sense of community, self-discipline, resourcefulness, and attitude. All very important. The instrumental performance assessment will score students on instrumental technique, music reading, rhythm, intonation or the ability to play in tune, tone quality, musicianship, improvisation and composition, and practice habits. Excuse me. By completing these assessments on a monthly basis, we will be able to monitor and evaluate our students' progress, as well as being able to put together individual development plans to work with the teacher, the student, and the family to help our students grow and achieve more within this organization. Now I'm going to pass it over to Diego for a brief conclusion, and then we will take some of the questions that came up during the chat session. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. So we will be opening now for questions, and okay, great. I have here with me Mr. Young, Amy, Dr. Little. So we'd like to.
Sure. This is the time in which we would like to entertain questions from those of you who are participating in this website, in this webinar. And before we entertain the questions, let me extend an invitation to those of you who are part of the community, who are part of community organizations. This is a collaborative effort. Dr. Diogo and Dr. Little has pointed out that the success of this program is going to require a level of involvement that would involve the private sector, school districts, community-based organizations, and parents. And so as you think through this program and as you've been listening to the uniqueness of this program, please take a look at your own program and see how you might be able to join us. And now we'll entertain questions. First question, did the students playing music have documents in front of them?
Yeah, we, as part of our pedagogy, to understand that music is like a language. So they will be learning how to play with scores and reading after they can actually make the sound. As like we learn how to talk, we learn how to talk first, then we learn how to read. And we are following the same. So they don't have, they were playing without scores. Yeah.
Okay, we have another question. Please address how you see the Harmony Project interfacing with the seniors ages 60 and above, that community, especially from an age-friendly standpoint.
Would like to respond?
Sure. Well, as I mentioned to you earlier, Tanner Community Development is worked directly with seniors, and we have an intergenerational approach to supporting seniors. And one of the ways that we want to explore right away is to have students participate in performances at senior facilities, and also to have seniors volunteer with us. One of the things that happened at the STEAM conference this past two weeks ago is that a number of the seniors in some of the facilities around the South Phoenix area served as volunteers, working with the students, showing the students where to go. And they were also a part of the audience because a number of them were grandparents of the students. And so we see this as a unique opportunity of students having the opportunity to interface with the more senior population.
And please, if you want to get in touch with us, our website is www.harmonyprojectphx.org. We'd love to hear from you, and we are looking for opportunities to bring the kids and to play in healthcare facilities, seniors facilities in the valley. And we strongly believe that we can create an amazing relationship between intergenerational relationship. Okay.
We have another question here. If we want to start a Harmony project at a low-income middle school in Phoenix, should we contact you after this webinar?
Yes, of course. Yes, our goal is to achieve 500 students in the next 5 years. So yes, we are looking for opportunities to expand the program. Right now, we have amazing collaboration with the Pan American Charter School, which is located in Central Phoenix. We are launching a WIN program at the Roosevelt School District. Has been also very generous, and this will be in the Southwest Elementary School, public school, and we are looking for opportunities to expand.
Here's a question from Gabe, I think. Do you partner with schools? Do you need instruments to be donated? I have reached out to the Arizona State Veterans Home to see if they would like to have a performance. Thank you very much. The answer is yes.
Yes, 2 times.
Yes, we do partner with schools. That's the unique part of the program. The schools have are considered a stakeholder as well as TCDC and other members of the community. And yes, we do accept instruments. The more the merrier. Is that right, Dale?
Right.
Okay.
Please, I know that everyone has an instrument, or know someone has an instrument in the closet. So that we can make this happening with your help. Instrument is crucial for us. So we already in last month we got amazing donation that made this program possible. And please, if you know someone has an instrument, also get in touch with us. We'd love to make the instrument alive.
The name of the organization?
Yeah. So yeah. It came from individuals, and we have a sponsorship through the music store in Mesa, and they have been very generous with us. So we are very grateful for this collaboration.
We have 2 more questions. Are you only focusing on elementary schools, or can this be expanded to high school?
Yes, actually, we are starting with elementary and middle school now, with the goal that a student in the high school, they will be mentoring the beginners. So yes, we are looking for opportunities to collaborate with after schools and maybe expand to have after school program in the high school. Also, with the opportunity for the kids to give back to the community. That's one thing. We don't charge for the class, but doesn't mean that's free. Doesn't mean that it costs anything. Of course, costs money, but we really believe that the students can give back and pay back by mentoring other students. So this is how the student can hold their students accountable, and it's a 2-way process. Teach is learning, learning is teach. So we are, yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. Kathy with WINR says she doesn't have a question, but this was a very informative. The music program is amazing. Other questions?
I just want to add one thing real quick, going back to the generational component. We mentioned that Harmony Project will be doing several presentations in some retirement communities and places like that. But one of the other components that's really important in the Connect 60 program is that the older generation is giving back to the younger generation as well and contributing to that relationship. And one of the things that we're going to be striving to do is to have adult volunteers and mentors and community musicians come in and sit with the kids during rehearsal and kind of provide them with a positive mentor relationship. As well as, I believe we also have a partnership that we're working on with the Musica Nova Community Orchestra, where we'll allow the students to actually attend their rehearsals and sit in with some of the adult and older musicians in that organization. So we're really trying to bridge some of the generational gaps here.
Mm. Okay, thank you.
There's another question about if you accept reed instruments or just string.
If we accept
Reed.
readings, yes. We accept all the instruments. Right now we have violin and cello class. We'll be starting the wind program with flute, trombone, clarinet, trumpet. And we, our goal is to have orchestras and bands throughout the valley with kids who mirror the population. Okay? So very soon we're gonna have this Pan American Charter School has a string project, and we are starting a wind program in South Phoenix. Both schools will come together in collaboration to form an orchestra. And in this movement of community music programs, we believe that the orchestra is a kind of metaphor for society. And I'm sure the kids will teach us how to collaborate by playing together.
Mm-hmm.
Any other question? So I really appreciate all the questions, and I really appreciate. Yes. So please, our website has the contact information for to be in touch with us, and Tenor Community Development Corporation. Also, if you the Tenor Community has a large scope of programs that if you are interested, please visit our website www.tcdccorp.org tcdccorp.org, and you can have an idea of the whole scope of different communities that TCDC, Tenor Community Development Corporation, is working on.
Thank you all for participating in our webinar, and we look forward to hearing from you and hopefully collaborating on this exciting new program with Phoenix.
Thank you so much. That concludes our webinar. Please visit www.connect60plus.com for information on future webinars, as well as our annual age-friendly conference coming up on May 6th. We also have a curated art show, and we are accepting submissions for the art show, answering the question, what does it feel like to be 60, 70, 80? And so people of all ages answering that question through drawings, paintings, things like that. You can find out more information about that, as well as our age-friendly community competition. Thanks to our funders and our sponsors, we are able to offer one grant for $5,000 and an additional grant for $2,500 for the winner and the runner-up of that age-friendly community competition. So connect60plus.com is your source for more information about age-friendly communities. Again, thank you so much. That concludes our webinar, and we hope to see you next month. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.